So I just wanted to give you an update on three particular stocks, two of which I put out a video about a week ago. They are Target, TGT, and the second stock was GILD, was Gilead Sciences. The third stock which I'm going to speak about in this particular video is the ticker symbol MON, and this is something which I gave to a lot of private students who I work with on a more personal basis. What I'll do, I'll start with Target. You can see the trade setup which I spoke about last week, or in that other YouTube video. You can go back and reference the video. We have a long trade setup at $78.49. We have a short trade setup at $71.41. For the past 5 days, Target has gone absolutely nowhere, even though the markets have actually been quite strong, quite bullish. They're breaking out to new all-time highs. What I can see coming up for Target is that we actually have an earnings announcement coming out. At the moment, it's scheduled for the 25th of February 2015. So we're really pushing this type of trade, at least for this week. I understand it's a shortened trading week, but I just want you to be mindful of that in case you do have these open trade triggers and you want to see the results of these trades for yourself. So please pay attention to that Target setup. The other type of stock which I was looking at, or the other company name, was GILD. This is Gilead Sciences. You can see again, going back 5 days, this stock has done nothing in the way of a swing trade. What we had was a gap to the downside. We had a spinning top, but we still had a lot of swing lows and support levels which we wanted to break before we started to short this stock. 92.81 was the original entry, and conversely to that, we'd set up what appeared to be a nice little downtrend. We had a high, we had a lower high, and most recently another lower high. So we eloquently placed a nice long above 110 and 30. At the moment, this trade still hasn't triggered. We're sitting very patiently on this particular stock. We don't have earnings, later this month like we do on Target, which is really good. You can see it's really pushed out to late April, which is a long, long way away for this trade to trigger. When, of course, the trade crystallizes and we get a better entry, I will give you an updated entry on GILD, but pay attention to this downtrend in the meantime. If we rally into this, we close the gap. It's going to coincide pretty much at the same spot, about 103, and we start to see some dark candlesticks. Dark is really indicated by red. I actually don't have a dark pen drawing tool. This might be a really good early entry for us to start bringing up this 92.81 entry to start shorting at a higher price. Until that happens, just sit tight. Now, the last stock which I wanted to speak about was Monsanto. I work with a lot of individual students on a daily and a weekly basis. And one of the trades which I conveyed to them outside of these public YouTube videos, which I do, and of course that pro weekend recording, which I do for, again, a larger contingent of students, which I help with these, I guess, personal sort of mental types of discussions, which I have. I give them additional trades which I look at, and trades which I'm personally trading outside of these lists when stocks aren't set up. And one of these stocks which we've been following was Monsanto. Now, although the markets didn't necessarily have the best or the biggest breakout, it was just like a pretty, 40, 50 point move up on the Dow Jones, whatever it was. Let me just double check, that fact. 46 points up on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. When I bring up Monsanto, you can see we had a huge breakout to the upside. Now, we actually triggered in this particular stock to the upside on Wednesday's candle. Now, on Thursday, we had what we call a hangman, and on Friday, what we expected finally occurred. A very nice breakout to the upside. We're following this trend or this trade up to about 126.86 to begin with. The reason why I'm doing this video is because if you want to pay attention, or at least get updated on these particular movements, and for me to sit down with you and say, look, this is what you're doing, this is where you can improve, or this is what you should be looking at, or pay attention to this stock, let me know. I can sit down and do that with you as well. I can add you to my small group of traders who I do this with, and I'd be glad to sit down and at least share with you stocks which I'm looking at and personally looking at trading. And you can see the results, will speak for themselves in due course, all right? So Monsanto is breaking out a very nice trade, up $2. I'm not sure what percentage that is in the way of the core contracts. Personally, I haven't even checked them yet. It's a Saturday morning here in Australia. It's a Friday. It's probably 3 hours after market close on Friday, but I do know this is exceptionally profitable. You can just tell by this one white candlestick, and we've set the trade up so perfectly that we've got such a small risk profile. Now what I can do is literally move this up, and I can say, look, we've got 40 cents of risk, give or take, and we've got, a reward level of at least, what was it? Our entry was 122, around that. We've got at least, $4 or $5 of reward on the table. So a very nice risk and reward profile of over, a 5 or a 6 to 1 on this particular trade. So let me know, send me an email, success@pivotpoint-trading.com. I just thought I'd share that out there and put it out there in the public domain now that the trade is finally triggered. And this is something which we had last weekend, just looking forward for the most recent week, which is just concluded as at this most recent Friday, being the 13th. So have a great weekend anyway. Have a great long weekend. I understand it's a public holiday. It's the presidential holiday, or the President's Day this Monday. So enjoy that for our US friends, and for the others right around the world. I do believe you most likely will have to go to work on Monday unless you're a full-time trader like myself. Other than that, have a great weekend. Email me success@pivotpoint-trading.com if you have any questions whatsoever. I'll see you on Tuesday afternoon anyway for another market recap. All the best. Goodbye.